Why is women's history important to you?
I've really thought about the question, and when we're in school, we get the highlights of what women have done to contribute, not only nationally, but globally. But it wasn't until I was an adult and Women's History Month that I feel like I'm learning a little bit more about the impact of women. And not only on that level, but it also makes you reflect as a person on the women who have poured into you, mothers, grandmothers, great grandmothers whose love you feel, and you feel their embrace in the decisions that you have to make every day. Um, so it's important not only just as an impersonal of this is what people have done to contribute, but the women in your life that have helped you to empower you to do better each day.
Absolutely. Who are some of the women who have inspired you in the past or are currently inspiring you, and why?
There's so many people who impact, but the first people that come to my mind are my mom. I never gave her maybe enough credit to be as strong as she was. And now that I'm older and I don't have her anymore, I realize the strength that she had. My grandmother, who survived the Depression, who kept a large family together and helped run a business. And I really feel like her impact was probably more than what I knew whenever I was growing up. And currently, it's the teenagers that I work with, and especially my daughter, to see their drive and their passion and their determination on wanting to change the world and to do things. It keeps me going every day. So I think these women and young women impact me more than maybe they even know.
How has women's history been represented in Friona?
Um, I hadn't really seen much, and so I'm super excited that you guys are doing this, and it brings it a little bit more out into the limelight, and I'm all for that because women make the world, and it's fun to see people uh, showing that. I recently read a novel of women who were helping soldiers out of World War II, down soldiers, and I never knew that happened. And so to be able to put that limelight in and to be able to share stories like that, I think is remarkable, and especially doing it where it impacts us on a local level, I think is huge.
Absolutely. What are some ways that you celebrate Women's History Month?
Well, I have to tell you, I have to start because I can't tell you that I really celebrate it. But boy, after really thinking about it, well, we've got to do a better job. I've got to do a better job. Let's celebrate. And if anyone has ideas, I'm all for it because I think it's wonderful to be able to celebrate women.
Absolutely. In your opinion, how can others be an ally for women and other marginalized groups?
I think others can really put themselves and be empathetic to the situation uh, because for a long time, you know, women may have not been taken seriously, and really listening, acknowledging them when you're out in public with the same handshake that everyone else is given. Um, that seems like pretty shallow, but at the same time, it's reinforcing that I see you and I'm hearing you, even though we may have different perspectives about a situation.
Who is your favorite female historical figure?
My favorite female historical figure would have to be, well, I remember being young, and up until Geraldine Ferraro had been in a national political race, I didn't realize that someone that I looked like and could relate to, and I was too young to really know all of the issues, but I knew that there was a woman that was going to be represented on a national ticket. I thought was really huge And so for me personally, being able to see someone who would run for political office and was chosen to run as the vice president was a big deal.
Wow, that's awesome. What can other people do to support you and others as a woman?
I think taking opinions seriously, and I've been very grateful and blessed to be able to have been surrounded by people who listen. But in general, just knowing that women do bring something to the table, and it may sometimes be very unique. That's something that is important and would like to see more of.
Awesome. I think that's it. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you.